Ahoy, mates, and welcome aboard. This week, an 8-country odyssey as we travel to St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Not without me, you don't.
Certainly not. If you're a Nautical News fan, you know this man, Long John Bafar, Nautical News Crew correspondent and our long-distance voyager.
And last April, Bob and I took a voyage to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Our mission, a meet up with some old friends. Several years ago, we had a series of stories on a Bay Area couple whose dream it was to pack up life ashore and ship out.
Ray and Sharon Allen were successful marine surveyors, but working on boats wasn't enough. They wanted to live and cruise on one as well. You may have been watching several years ago when we bid them bon voyage from the docks of the Davis Island Yacht Club. Well, never let it be said the Nautical News Crew doesn't follow up on its stories.
Especially when that story takes us to St. Thomas.
It's not hard to dream of sailing away. It's just hard to do it. It's not hard to dream of an island somewhere, but it's really hard to pursue it. To realize such a dream, you must muster the guts to do it, to forsake the security of a home and career. That's the moment that separates men and women from their joys. But when that moment came, this couple went.
Didn't leave because we were running away from anything. We'd wanted just to go sailing for a while, which we had been able to do. We set aside 5 years that we thought that we would just do a walkabout, but when we landed here, we found home. We had a large home with swimming pools and cars and TVs, everything that everyone else would have, things we don't have now. But our lifestyle here is delightful and one that fits us to a T. Besides that, I get to sail all the time.
Ray and Sharon Allen cast off from Tampa Bay 4 years ago. They put all of the Bahamas behind them and then set sail for St. Thomas. It was here on the harbor of Red Hook that these old friends found them. And dropping everything but sail, they took us across a body of water such as few mainland Americans have ever seen before. It's surrounded by islands far different than those which dot our Floridian shore. No lowlands are these, but mountains rising from the sea.
We like to meet people. They're not going to the dentist, you know. They're coming on Winifred to have a good time, and they do. And they're from all walks of life and all parts of the world. It's interesting work.
Arrived here after visiting many islands. It was just so great we had to stop. This is our home now, and we enjoy every minute of it. It's perfect. It's truly America's paradise.
Leaving the security of a home, business, and the Gulf behind, they have been rewarded by a dream that continues to engulf them. But the island's island home offers far more than a fair breeze for Winifred.
Just shows to go you that dreams don't have to end when you wake up.
I'll say, but a lot of insomnia went into that dream. The Allens worked for 4 years, day and night, before they were prepared to put that dream to the test.
But it has stood the test of time, and we'll show you another reason why it was worth it when we come back.
Can you imagine making your living under sail all the time?
I certainly can. As a matter of fact, there was a time when sailing a course for a living was a matter of course for some people. But today only a select few succeed in realizing a dream, such as the Allens have.
They had some tense moments on their voyage from the Bahamas to the Virgin Islands, but good seamanship and their good old wooden yawl Winifred saw them through.
And now they sail every day where their next landfall isn't so far away. Cruising to the Virgin Islands from Florida is a formidable voyage, but once you are there, there's islands everywhere. The passages from one to another are perhaps too brief, but that's the beauty of it. Under Winifred's full sail, the transit to St. John takes only a small part of the day, providing us with plenty of time to explore ashore or below And if it's to be below, not much is needed to accomplish the task. Mother Nature has done the work. All we needed were flippers, snorkel, and mask. Then come below and check the world out down under. Since we carried cameras, occasionally we had the use for scuba gear. You don't have to be a certified diver to enjoy the wonders beneath the water here. In all fairness, Florida's reefs and wrecks offer equally delightful dives. But diving here is still dramatically different in the rock formations, in some of the fish, and in knowing we're so far from home, welcome visitors in foreign waters.
We could have enjoyed the coral and creatures of the Virgin's depths without sailing to St. John, or for that matter, without even getting wet. For on St. Thomas, there's a facility not unlike our own Weeki Wachee, where we can go below the surface inside the complete comfort of a huge cylindrical concrete container. It's just one of the assets of an attraction called Coral World. Like our SeaWorld, scientists are the ones who really run the place, and their priorities are preservation first, profit second. Based on those we talked to, it appears that they're succeeding in impressing their guests with what's worth preserving. Certainly, they have succeeded in making the wonderful world which exists underwater easily accessible to those who might otherwise never get to visit it.
I'm a little more relaxed this way, snorkeling, no matter how much of it I do. I'm a little apprehensive, I'm a little tight, and this way I'm not worried about my mask. I don't wonder what that shadow is. It's really neat.
Being the Nautical News Crew, we'd been compelled to spend our first few days on and in the water. But we were visiting the Virgin Islands as well as the sea which surrounds them. All the islands are beautiful, but St. John is said to be exceptional. The Allens had been excellent guides afloat, and Ray knew just who to recommend when we wanted to explore ashore.
If you go to St. John's, you've got to take a taxi tour with Miss Lucy. She is delightful.
Ray was right. Miss Lucy is unique, all right down to her ride. But don't think this driver is going to do all of the work. She's bound and determined to give her customers more than a tour. We were in for a thorough education.
You know, that was the first missionary or religion to come to these three Virgin Islands, but now we have all the different religions. I'm the teacher to all of my scholars, all right? And I test out my scholars first to see how much you know. So y'all have never read nowhere about the elephant tree?
No, ma'am.
You see, y'all need some books from the ranger station. It's very interesting. We all Americans, so we should know these things, see?
What ensures that the island will remain unspoiled is that a good portion of St. John has been designated a national park, which includes within its boundaries the ruins of a sugar mill, for much of the island was once devoted to the raising of sugar cane. Today, the site serves as one of the highlights for tourists. It's also here that the locals demonstrate the age-old craft of basket weaving. The scenery alone is reason enough for anybody to fall in love with St. John, but Miss Lucy wants people to appreciate it as well. She elaborates on its obvious assets, but stresses scores of subtleties too. And when the ride is ended, we've more than seen the island, we've experienced it, not to mention meeting one of its most marvelous attractions, Miss Lucy.
Just as well you get up and go back from where you come from. You won't be able to stay in St. John, see? Because everybody's so friendly. See?
Well, that sounds like I'd want to stay forever.
Oh, that's right.
If you hope to avail yourself of a tour under Miss Lucy's tutelage, you better make your reservations soon.
That's right, because St. John's most energetic institution is about to retire. At least, she says she is.
I don't know, I think she might be as lost without her scholars, as she calls her guests, as we'd have been on St. John without her. So what time's it getting to be?
Is that a Rolex?
Are you kidding?
Well, it's time for the Rolex Regatta in St. Thomas.
In 2 minutes. Hey, what are you doing?
I can't handle it anymore. I want to go back to St. Thomas.
I can't blame you, buddy. Me too. But if we're going back to St. Thomas, don't you think we better use the sails?
Well, let's roll.
Well, at least let's roll the film. We got to talk about this now.
Sing a song of the island life. Sing a song that is sweet.
One thing the boater visiting the Virgin Islands may first notice is the abundance of sailboats and comparative lack of powerboats. Two factors contribute to this phenomenon. First, the Virgins are beyond the fuel range of many powerboats, and wind power is a lot more reliable here. In the 4 years they've been here, the Allens have found that the wind has rarely let them down.
We have sailing here year-round, and we have competitive sailing. Some of the best sailing is involved in the fall of the year and spring of the year. And the highlight, of course, is the Rolex Regatta. It is just the best of them all.
Racing sailors from around the world descend on St. Thomas for the Rolex, where the tireless trades are like clockwork. And today was no exception. As we jockeyed for position at the start, the wind was blowing a steady 20 knots, perfect for a race on this beautiful Caribbean Sea.
She'll take you and touch you and hold you while she lifts you upon her gently rising swell. She'll thrill you, excite you, and fill your mind with tales that you long to go ashore to tell. She is the sea, stretching in front of me, seemingly endlessly. I see where she will take me.
The Rolex is possibly the most prestigious racing event in the Caribbean, and as is the case with most major sporting events, is cause for celebration. While the days at sea were filled with billowing sails, the nights ashore were filled with the sounds of steel bands.
The beat of the islands and the laid-back lifestyle are the two big attractions that lure so many tourists to these shores. St. Thomas is perhaps the most popular of the Virgins, and after taking in the view, you can't help but understand why.
This is one of the best views in the whole wide world. And at night, we roll it up and hide it so Jamaica won't get it, because that's probably our foremost competition.
For those fortunate enough to visit the Virgin Islands, very few are able to become part of them. But not a lady called Wildflower. She caught island fever and has been singing about it ever since.
You don't have to be born in the islands, no more, to have the islands in your soul. It doesn't matter where your body come from, if your heart knows where to go.
Get up in the morning and you look out and there's this gorgeous view. It just sort of affects your mood, I think, and it inspires me to want to write happy songs and songs to make people feel good and appreciate the things that are around them.
You don't have to be born in the islands, no more, to have the islands in your soul. It doesn't matter where your body come from, if your heart knows where to go.
So long, St. Thomas.
Don't worry, my friend. We shall return. Maybe we'll go back and check in on the islands next year.
And listen to some of Wildflower's latest island tunes.